mynews.studio.
Picture schoolyard in São Paulo with a cluster of dense green. So thick, the air there is up to 20 degrees cooler. Can something as small as a mini forest actually change a city?
Today's date is 2025-10-31. São Paulo is massive, endless concrete, constant traffic. But lately, in the middle of all that, these mini forests are starting to pop up. Have you seen the photos? Suddenly, you have hundreds of native trees filling up schoolyards and leftover lots.
I have, and the speed at which they grow really stands out. They're using the Miyawaki method, right? That's where you plant, 3 to 5 different native species per square meter. Even in tiny spaces, about the size of a tennis court.
That's right. And what's remarkable is how these dense plantings mature much faster than traditional forests. We're talking about reaching a stable ecosystem, something like a real forest, in just 20 to 30 years. That's quick enough for people living there now to feel the impact.
The temperature change is striking. Measurements show soil in these mini forests can be up to 20 degrees Celsius, cooler than the concrete, just a few meters away. In a city like São Paulo, where heat waves are only getting worse, that's more than comfort. It's a serious public health issue.
And they're not just planting trees and moving on. Local communities are involved, teachers, even really young kids. Why is that important? Because it's not just about putting trees in the ground. It's about changing how people connect to their environment.
Exactly. These little forests double as outdoor classrooms. Kids learn about native seeds, soil, biodiversity. They actually help with the planting and the care. That kind of hands-on involvement really shapes how they see nature.
But it can't all be smooth sailing. São Paulo isn't exactly known for spare land or rich soil. How did they deal with that?
Space was the first big hurdle. Most of the available sites were degraded, polluted, or just abandoned. So before any trees went in, they had to restore the soil, bring in compost, nutrients, sometimes even remove contaminants. It's a lot of groundwork, literally.
And keeping people involved over the years, that's no small thing. How did they make sure the excitement didn't just fade away?
They set it up to be community-driven from the start. They ran workshops, educational sessions, teamed up with local government and nonprofits. The idea wasn't just to plant trees, but to create a sense of ownership. When people feel it's their project, they stick with it.
Let's talk biodiversity. Do these forests actually boost local wildlife, or is this more symbolic than real?
The data shows they're making a real impact. Mini forests support all kinds of native species: birds, insects, pollinators. Sometimes even food crops like beans or fruit trees. They act as wildlife corridors, connecting otherwise isolated green spots.
What about air quality? Are there measurable improvements there?
Yes, the evidence points to better air quality around these forests. The dense leaves filter out particles, and cooler temperatures mean less ozone forms. Plus, they take up carbon, which helps with climate issues.
The social side is interesting. How are these green spaces affecting the neighborhoods around them?
Besides cooling things down, they provide green spaces where there weren't any before. They've become places to gather, for kids to play safely, for people to learn, and even grow food. Studies are showing people feel better, and communities are stronger where mini forests have been planted.
And this isn't just a few pilot projects. Over 1 million students and nearly 3,000 schools are involved. That's a citywide shift.
And people outside Brazil are watching. São Paulo's approach is being considered as a model for other cities facing similar problems: heat, pollution, loss of biodiversity. What's really working here is the mix of local action, traditional knowledge, and scientific methods.
So here's the big question. Is this only possible in São Paulo, or could it work elsewhere?
The fundamentals, dense native planting, community involvement, adapting to local conditions, are transferable. The challenge is tailoring it to fit each city's unique ecology and community needs.
When you look at how many people are living in cities now and how urban heat and pollution are rising, São Paulo's mini forests show that quick, community-led reforestation is possible, and it's already underway.
And it goes beyond climate. It's about making cities more livable, fair, and connected to the natural world.
Today we explored how one patch of green in a schoolyard can cool a city, clean its air, and bring people together. That's more than just planting trees. It's a template for resilient cities.
Thanks for joining us as we explored São Paulo's mini forests and what they might mean for cities in the future.
Thank you for listening. This episode was produced by mynews.studio. Try it now for free.